Thanks so much for staying your news desk. And as we do on Fridays, Kobe Nkrumah is here to bring us the latest from the world of technology. Kobe, let's start with hacking, because almost every other week we're hearing of this really huge success, if I may put it, of a hacker. This time round is Microsoft and Nintendo. This is huge.
Yes, so this security researcher who works with Malwarebytes, which is an antivirus company, he hacked into Microsoft and hacked into Nintendo, even hacked into the company that makes children toys, VTech. Now, he's pleaded guilty to these charges. And what happened was that the interesting part of all this is that he's actually autistic. And when he hacked into Microsoft and he was arrested and then he was released, he still went back and hacked into Nintendo. And reason why this is serious is because he got a lot of confidential information. So with Microsoft, he went into their servers where they keep unreleased versions of the Windows operating system. And he also shared his exploits. And he uploaded certain rootkits, certain softwares into their servers so he could always gain access. And then he shared this information in the hacker space with some of his pals to also exploit. And after doing that, he goes back into VTech. So now, well, he's not been imprisoned because it's come to the realization of the authorities that if he goes to jail, they would bully him because he has face blindness, and once again, he's autistic. So they're going to suspend him and then supervise him and make sure that he doesn't do that again.
So if I use any of these products or their services, am I at any risk?
No.
Okay.
He didn't hack it. He didn't hack user end. He hacked Microsoft servers and then was taking their confidential information, for instance, unreleased products and all that, and then sharing them. You know, some of these people, they just for the fun of it.
For the fun of it. I know, yeah. I can imagine that, but even for these tech giants, they are not as safe with all the sophisticated equipment or gadgets or even techies they may have. Anyway, let's talk about Apple, because Apple has decided to launch their own Apple Card.
Yes, a credit card. Now, this is interesting because a credit card that has no credit card number, no CVV, nothing, just your name, and it's printed on titanium with laser. You know, Apple, they always want to go a step further. Now, what they've done is that now you can actually make payments. You know, they have Apple Pay. So when you sign up for the Apple Pay credit card, you can use your phone, your Apple iPhone, to make payments, but then they'll actually send you a card. Now, you make these payments. You know, when you make payments with your credit card, you get certain messages that tell you where you made those payments. Sometimes it looks gibberish. You don't actually understand it. So they've made a software that can decipher that information for you.
Sorry, I have to ask this. Is Apple becoming a bank?
They say they're not a bank. So they work with Goldman Sachs and MasterCard to create this card. So Apple is not a bank. They're just like a payment platform. They're helping you make payments. And they actually give you back rewards when you make money. I mean, when you spend money. So you spend money, they give you 2% of how much you spent.
Kobe, we'll come back to continue this conversation because we're just receiving some information that a Wager Circuit Court has granted bail to a commercial driver and his conductor who were accused of assaulting a police officer. I remember that video, yes, that one. And the team of lawyers was led by Mr. Martin Pebu, but we are joined by one of the lawyers, Francis Xavier Susu. Good morning, sir. Thank you for joining the show.
Yeah, good morning, and a very good morning to your cherished viewers.
How are your clients doing? I'm talking about the driver and his mate.
Well, they are doing well, but they are still in custody, even though they have been granted bail today. So we are in the process of executing the bail and make sure that they can be released.
What arguments did your team advance in court? What really got you to get the bail for your clients?
Well, the arguments are very simple, that the offenses are bailable. And apart from it being bailable, they are not going to interfere with any further police investigation. They have independent sureties who have sufficient means, who are willing to stand sureties for them. They are not people who are who are maybe preparing or willing to leave the jurisdiction for any reason, so they'll be available to stand trial. And coupled with the fact that our own follow-up shows that they have suffered some abuses in custody and require further medical examination and further medical attention.
Well, we'll see how this unfolds. Thank you very much for your time. Francis Xavier Susu is lawyer for the driver, a commercial driver, and his conductor, who you saw in that video hitting a policeman. They were remanded into police custody for 2 weeks, but their lawyers just got them some bail. So we'll bring you more on that in subsequent bulletins. But quickly wrapping up with you, Kobe, apart from Apple doing their thing and hoping to rake in some more profits, Huawei is doing quite well.
Yes, you know, last year there was a lot of backlash. Huawei was told by the US that they could not sell products in the US because of fears that they may be spying on users. Now, despite this, Huawei still made $100 billion of profits, and that is a lot of money. Looking at what happened, I mean, you'd expect that, oh, this is going to affect their sales and everything, but no. They made over $100 billion in profits.
Do you foresee Huawei becoming the biggest phone?
Well, they surpassed Apple, and looking at how fast they're growing, it looks very, very probable. I mean, this is a company that is they're tailoring their products to take care of every single market group. And you'd notice what we reviewed the last time, the Y7, it actually is very, very easy on people's pockets. So if they keep at that, yeah, Huawei is poised to become one of the biggest.
Thank you very much, Kobe, for the updates. And that's how we end this edition of News Desk. I'm Bernice Abubeidula, so do stay with us. We've got more news coming up in about an hour exactly from now. I'll be bringing you those details. But for now, do stay with us. Selinam Ampo is standing by with JoyNews Interactive.